Hello everybody and welcome back to the video on Cobblers Vlog. So today we are previewing tomorrow's massive Emirates FA Cup third round tie between the Cobblers and Burton Albion. It's going to be a tough away game, but hopefully the Cobblers can get through and this time get a big tie in round 4. So what we're waiting for, let's get into this match preview. So let's get in first of all to the head-to-head. These two sides have faced each other 12 times. They've never played each other in a cup match. This is the first cup match between the two teams, but in the league, of the 12 times they've played each other, the Cobblers have won 3. There's been 3 draws and Burton have won the other 6. So it's not looking good from a Cobblers point of view. Their last win against Burton was on the 12th of April 2014 at home against Burton Albion. In terms of the league places, Cobblers are currently sat 7th in League 2. They've played 25, won 11, drawn 6, lost 8 and are sat on 39 points. Burton are 17 places higher in the football pyramid. They are 12th in League 1, having played 23 games, 2 games less than the Cobblers, winning 9, drawing 6 and losing 8. We'll do what we normally do. We'll look at the last 3 results. Last time out for Burton, it was a 4-3 win away at Bolton, having been behind in that game. Before that, they lost 2-0 away at Accrington, and then the game before that, it was a 4-2 win at home against Tranmere. So all of their games have been involving a lot of goals. That's 7, 9, 15 goals in their last 3 games that Burton have been involved in, so maybe we could get some goals tomorrow as well. The Cobblers, not so many goals in the last few games, just the 7, and they only scored 2 of them, sorry. Last time out is obviously that 1-0 win at home against Stevenage, a very poor team, 2 poor teams really on the day, and obviously Cobblers got that last minute winner. Before that it was a 1-1 draw against Cheltenham, and then before that it was that embarrassing 4-0 Boxing Day defeat to Crawley. So the Cobblers not in great form. Burton, they're in inconsistent form, obviously got that 4-3 win against a massive club in Bolton the last time out. Another thing that we don't normally do for the league previews, but obviously it's the cup, we're going to have a look at how both teams got to this stage. For Burton, they drew 1-1 at Salford, and then went back to the Pirelli Stadium, Burton Stadium, and they got a 4-2 win. And then in the second round, it was a 1-0 win away at Oldham, obviously a fellow League 2 side. The Cobblers got a 3-0 win against Chippenham Town in round 1, and a 3-1 win at home to Notts County in round 2, and then obviously both sides meeting each other in round 3. Just note that Burton have obviously played 2 League 2 teams who have given them decent games, so hopefully the Cobblers can do the same thing tomorrow afternoon. So to the Danger Men, this is my favourite part, particularly for this episode, as obviously, I don't even need to say his name, Burton Albion have, I hate to say it, defender, not midfielder. He should be a midfielder, but he's being a defender for them this season. Obviously, the former Cobblers legend, John Joe O'Toole, was with the Cobblers for 5 years before leaving at the end of last season, obviously to go to Burton, and he's now part of their back 4. He's coming back from suspension, I hear, and could be making his return against the Cobblers. He'll be wanting to make his return against the Cobblers, I would have thought. So that's probably, he's not really such a danger man, just somebody to look out for. Obviously, every Cobblers fan should be familiar with who John Joe O'Toole is, of course. The actual danger men for Burton that I've picked out are, I've got 3 men, I've got a midfielder and 2 strikers. Obviously, Burton could play their second team, so we never know who's going to make their appearance, but I would have thought they'd play as strong a lineup as possible, as I'm sure the Cobblers will do tomorrow afternoon. So you've got John Joe O'Toole in defence. The midfielder, David Templeton, is one that I've picked out. Decent little midfielder, can pick a pass, a bit of a playmaker as well. And then the 2 strikers that I've gone for are Lucas Akins, their number 10, and Liam Boyce, who I think is their number 27. Obviously both banging in the goals this season for Burton Albion up front, so they could be a threat. Obviously for the Cobblers, got Andy Williams, scored that last minute goal against Stevenage last time out. Sam Hoskins as well, who's been good out wide recently. Alan McCormack could also return after his injury as well, who would be a key man in midfield for the Cobblers, and we'll try and wind up those Burton players. Obviously Charlie Good obviously got a few players booked and sent off in his last few games as well, from winding them up as well, so hopefully the Cobblers will get in Burton's faces and try and wind them up a little bit. So that's it for the Danger Men. We're going to move on to the opposition view now. We've got Derek, who's a Burton fan, who goes quite in depth into how Burton have been doing this season, some Danger Men for Burton as well, and a score prediction as well. Coming up at the end as well, Cobblers fans, you may want to look out for this. You get a little bit of an insight into what it's like at Burton, places that you can go to eat, pubs that you can visit as well, and stuff about parking and stuff like that. So thanks very much to Derek for coming on as representing Burton for this video. So Derek, it's over to you, my friend.
Good morning from a beautiful and sunny Burton-on-Trent. My name's Derek Wainwright and I'm giving you a little bit of my thoughts and preview of the upcoming game on Sunday between the Brewers and the Cobblers. This is my normal walk along the River Trent, so I shall be sharing a little bit as we go. But first of all, the main issue, the game on Sunday. Burton, how we've been performing this season? Well, I think inconsistent is the way that I could consistently say about Burton. We've been playing some extremely good stuff. We've been passing the ball around. We've been playing it mainly on the deck and struggled to score through the autumn. Getting into the Christmas period, we've certainly found the net a few more times, in particular Boyce, and he's been assisted by Aikins in particular. But the other problem is we've been letting goals in at the back. This may be down to currently JJ being suspended, obviously one of Northampton's previous players. JJ was sent off for a bit of handbags with one of the Southend forwards about a month ago, and it was all a storm in a teacup, and then he made matters worse by abusing the ref as he left the field. So he needs a bit of discipline. I mean, we like him at Burton, but he's been moved from his midfield position, I think he was playing at Northampton, to now playing in the back four. So who are our key players? Well, first of all, starting from the back, we've got Kieran O'Hara in goals. He's on loan from Manchester United. As you probably know, Burton are a small club, and the way we can basically survive is to bring in loan players when we can, and Kieran is such a fantastic keeper. He must have a great future at Manchester United when he returns, probably at the end of the season. Going through the back four, obviously, you know, JJ will be interesting to see if he plays in centre back, because he does have a short fuse, as you're probably aware, and playing his old club, does Cloughy risk him or not? That's one for the manager to sort out. Maybe he's disciplined him enough and he will play. We've also got Narty in the back four. He's on loan from Chelsea, another star for the future to look out for, an excellent centre back. In midfield, my favourite player at the club, Stephen Quinn. He is anchor in midfield. He holds our defence, supports them, sits in front, and then wins the ball back and starts us off again. So he's my favourite player at the club, and he certainly gives 120% every time he plays. Around him, we've got the more skillful, shall we say, players. Fraser, who's currently linked with a number of clubs and potential transfer in January, and we've also got David Templeton, ex-Rangers, probably the most skillful player at the club, can beat a player standing still, score free kicks from 25-30 yards, and will score frequently from outside the box. Up front, we've got Lucas Aikins, who is one of our stalwarts at the club, plays in virtually every position except in goals, and also scores a number of goals, and he got 2, I think it was, at Bolton at the weekend. We've also got Liam Boyce, also the subject of transfer talk, probably back to Scotland. Hearts are throwing their hats in the ring to sign him, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, we've got a number of excellent players at the club, and that's just a few that we've featured there. In terms of what I think the result will be, well, I'm hoping for a very entertaining game and a proper cup game. I'm hoping it will be something like 3-2 to Burton, maybe 2-2 draw with a replay down at Northampton, but I'll go 3-2 Burton. I'll stick my neck out on that one, but overall, let's hope it's a great cup game. So if it's your first time at Burton Albion, where are we? Well, we're on the edge of town, so if you're coming into the town by road, it's only just off the A38. There is a couple of eateries around the place, Costa and a McDonald's, and also a pub called the Beach Hotel, which is although it's a 5 minutes walk in one direction, and a little bit closer to the stadium on the other side of the stadium is the Burton Town Brewery, which I can recommend. If you're travelling by train, then I would say if you want to get straight to the ground, then turn left out the station and go down Derby Street and Derby Road. 3 pubs, one's called the Weybridge Inn, about 2 minutes walk from the station. Further down you've got the Prince Alfred, which is a good Burton Bridge pub, and further down again you've got the Derby Inn, which is another good pub, and then obviously you've got beers and food available in the ground. If you're going the other way through town, then you've got a number of pubs. First I'd say the Last Heretic, which is a micro pub, 2 minutes from the station, just down the station bridge. Then you've got the Devonshire, followed by the Coopers. Down into town is the Dog, which is won pub of the year a number of times. Going a bit further towards the ground, you've then got the Burton Bridge Brewery, which I can recommend, and probably one of the original microbreweries in the country. And then, as I said before, you've got the Tower Brewery and you've got the Burton Town Brewery, and then you'll be at the ground. Parking at the ground is fairly limited, and there is parking opposite, but I would recommend trying to find somewhere on street a little bit further away from the ground. So, what do you know about Burton-on-Trent? We've been brewing beer here for 1,000 years. A couple of famous people, Joe Jackson and also Paddy Considine, were born here. What we're famous for besides beer? Well, Marmite's is also made here, and we are also famous for Branston Pickle, which is where I'm at the moment in the village of Branston, just on the Trent. So that's my thoughts on the game. If you want to find out more information or ask me any questions, find me on Twitter. Derek Wainwright or the Biking Brewer. Thank you.
So yeah, thanks very much, Derek, for coming on and giving us all that information about Burton, Albion and the place of Burton as well. It's much appreciated. Please do go and follow Derek on Twitter as well. I'll leave his link down in the description. You can go and give him a follow. So yeah, finally, onto my score prediction. I think it's going to be a really tough game. I think it's going to be an entertaining game, though, and I think it's going to end 2-2. I think it's going to go back to a replay at the Cobblers, get a nice replay, see who we would be up against, either get something to play for in the replay, if you know what I mean, and then hopefully the Cobblers can go through to round 4 from there. I'd prefer if they went through on Sunday, but I think a replay is probably what's going to happen on Sunday afternoon. So yeah, hopefully if you're one of the 1,400 Cobblers fans like me that's going, go and enjoy yourself, have a brilliant time, come and say hi to me, or if you see, Will's not going, is he? So yeah, if you see me, feel free to come and say hi, take a photo, whatever. That's not a problem. But yeah, drop a like on this video if you've enjoyed it. Hit the subscribe button if you're new around here. Again, hopefully the Cobblers can get through to the next round of the FA Cup on Sunday. And until next time, I'll see you later. Bye-bye.